Get ready with me. So I already did my skincare and I did my brows. I have the Morphe Micro pencil. That's what I use for my brows in the color Java. And then I use this Morphe brush, the M432, with some LA Girl Pro Concealer to clean them up. So this is what it's looking like. And I use the e.l.f. Is that upside down? e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. That's what I use to prime my face after doing my skincare. This is what we're looking like. And I really just focus it on my T-zone area because that's where I used to be oily, but low-key, I'm not oily anymore. But yeah, stay tuned. So now I'm just blending my foundation in. I don't put any on my under eyes because I realized that it gets cakey under there when I do that. Because I'm gonna use concealer, I'm gonna use blush, I'm gonna use contour. So I don't skip my forehead though. I used to, so I can't even hate on people who don't put foundation on their forehead. I used to do that, or not put foundation on my forehead, but I've since reformed. I put foundation on my forehead now because I fear you can indeed tell when there's no foundation on your forehead. Sorry to say it, I hate to be that person, but I'm using the NARS foundation. My shade is low-key, I don't know how to pronounce that. It's Iguazu. Iguazu. I don't know, bruh. But that's my shade, and I'm sticking to it, okay? Matches me very well. This is my placement of my concealer. I'm using the Born This Way Too Faced concealer in the color Chai. That's my go-to. Sometimes I feel like it's a little too orange though on me and not neutral enough. So sometimes I mix in like either a blue concealer like this one from e.l.f. or I'll use a blue. It's like the same thing, but it's a bigger bottle and it's by NYX. I don't have it with me, but sometimes I mix that on my hand with the Chai concealer, and then I put it on with the same Morphe brush that I did my brows with, Morphe M432. And yeah, sometimes that's what I do when I want it to look a little more neutral, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm just gonna go in with my Juvia's Place concealer in the color 9 afterwards. And one thing I like about Juvia's Place is their numbers for their like concealers are flipped. So 2 is darker, so the lower the number, like number 1 is the darkest color, and then as they go up they get brighter. So I use number 2 for my contour and number 9 for my concealer. So I'm gonna let this sit. I'm also gonna spray my Morphe setting spray in between each step. Make sure you do that. And I'm gonna let this sit, and then I'm gonna blend it, put this one, and then blend it again. Probably spray some more Morphe, and then yeah, so you'll see. So I'm currently putting on my contour. I just put like 2 dots, literally 2 only, and look, this is so much. This side I blended it higher. I did more of the blending up, but it's so easy to accidentally put too much. And then I have my Juvia's Place concealer sitting on my face. I already sprayed it with Morphe, so I'm just gonna let that sit whilst I blend this, and then hopefully when I blend it out, it'll help with the harshness of my contour, because that's what it's giving right now, unfortunately. And then I'm also gonna put 1 dot on my forehead just to get these areas. So I just blended everything out. It's looking a little scary right now, not gonna lie. But now the contour doesn't look so harsh anymore. Also put some under my jawline and right here and on my forehead. But I didn't directly put on my forehead. I just used what was ever excess was on the brush. But now I'm using the e.l.f. blush. Low-key, I don't know what shade this is, y'all, but whatever this is, that's what I put, just 2 dots. And I'm gonna blend that with this brush. The brush is not that dense also. So I'm just gonna blend, 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 blend. Blend, 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 blend. Same thing on this side. And I'm gonna blend kind of like above my contour, but like in my concealer a little, just in this motion. So there was a point in time where I used to use this Sephora powder and I would put that under my eyes, and then I would go in with my Airspun powder afterwards for my under eye areas and like everywhere that I just concealed. But I now am a Huda Beauty powder girl. So I have this in the shade Cinnamon Bun, and it's darker, so I'm gonna use that first, and then if I want it to be a bit brighter, then I'll go in with my Airspun afterwards, and then I'm gonna use my Sephora on the rest of my face. So yeah, Juvia's Place Deep Dark. I use these two colors, two bronze. My powders. Pan. Revolution, they use this for bridal stuff apparently, so. Final look. Daddy. Don't play with the makeup look, okay? Get into it while the blush is blushing. This came out so cute. Shout out to my light because now you can see the full extent. My lip isn't as dark as it was earlier, but I used the NYX. Forgive me, but I don't know the name of these products. Oh no, Lava Cake. I used that on the outer after I lined my lips with a random brown black liner, and then I used NYX Fudge Me on the inner part, and then I used NYX Lip Lingerie in Honeymoon in the middle part. So these three were my go-to combo, and then a brown lip pencil or black. And I also sometimes use this Juvia's Place lip pencil. It is in the color Cocoa Latte. Sometimes I use that to line it also. So yeah, this is the look. Get into it. All right, thanks for watching.